Hello viewers, we'll be going over JNUG and JDST. In this video, we'll be using the day-by-day probability model as our support and resistance levels, and these models are based on past trends that are similar to the current trend but not identical, so do keep that in mind. So let's start off with the technical analysis for JNUG. On Friday, JNUG closed above 1.8%, and on the 1-hour chart, we have now reached to positive MACD. If we expand that further onto the 4-hour chart, we start to see a convergence on the 4-hour MACD here as well, and so positive territory. And on the daily chart, it's quite tough to see where the MACD is at, so we'll need to investigate closer on the underlying asset, which is GDXJ. We'll do that later. And as for now, we see the 9 moving average converge onto the 18-day moving average, the blue and purple line respectively. So let's examine the support and resistance levels. So as we progress to the 7th day, we have a 40% chance for JNUG to climb higher between 0 to 19%, and to the downside we have a 40% chance for JNUG to fall between negative 19% to negative 38%, and to the extreme case, to the downside, we have a 20% chance for JNUG to fall between negative 38% to negative 58%. We'll just use up 19% and down 19% as our support and resistance levels. So if JNUG were to climb higher, say 19% where it's currently is at right now, that price level is roughly around $128.70, and 19% down to find the next support. That price level is roughly around $80.48, and there's one reference for the support. We see previous support level, or I should say resistance. Since we're above resistance, that now acts as our support, and that resistance dated back all the way to May 7th at around a price again of $81.03. And now let's examine JDST. On Friday, JDST was down 2%, and on the 1-hour chart, we start to see it approach to negative MACD. And if we expand that further onto the 4-hour chart, we start to see an opposite direction, but I wouldn't rely too heavily on it. We'll have to examine GDXJ later on. If we expand up on the daily chart for JDST, we have now reached, we start to see a divergence on the 9 moving average out of the 18-day moving average, the blue and purple lines. So now let's examine the day-by-day probability model. So as we progress to the 7th day, we have a 43% chance for JDST to climb higher between 0 to 23%. And to the downside, we have a 43% chance for JDST to fall between 0 to negative 23%. And to the further extreme case, to the downside, a 14% chance for JDST to fall between negative 23% to negative 46%. So we'll just use up 23% and down 23% as our resistance and support levels. So if JDST were to climb higher, say 23% from where it's currently at, that price level is roughly around $22.98. And if we use the past reference, we did see past resistance that dated back to May 27th, again around that price, and 23% to the downside for JDST is roughly around the range of, say, it would be around $14.15. So now let's examine GDXJ, which is the underlying assets for JDST and JNUG. And let's examine closer on the 4-hour chart. For GDXJ, or for JNUG, is now approaching to positive MACD, which is a positive sign for JNUG, but not so for JDST. And for daily chart, after approaching to negative MACD, we did see a divergence this week to the upside, so there is upward momentum for JNUG, and we start to see the 9 moving average to the converge up to the 18-day moving average after finding support on the 50-day moving average, this yellow line. So in this video, we went over JNUG and JDST, as well as JDXJ, and these models are now available in the link below, so do check it out. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.